Alright, in this video I'm going to be testing out the assembly code that I made for lesson 3 in the Raspberry Pi tutorials. And in my blog I explain in a lot more depth and go over the code, commenting each and every step to show how it's done. But for this video I'm just going to show you an overall what the code is and the steps to making it work and putting it on the Pi. So as you can see here, I'm under my Yogurto directory, and I'm under user 3, which is where I have the code for the lesson 3. It's your standard format as in the other ones. And under source, I got 2 files this time. I got the main file, which we had in the first 2 lessons, but this time we had a second file, the GPIO file. And the reason we're doing this is, in the 3rd lesson, although we're not changing exactly what the Pi does, because it's still going to be blinking the LED, what we're changing is how we're doing that in the assembly code. This time we're going to use functions instead of having sequential code that just follows steps. You know, it's better in practice and it's a lot more useful. So I'm going to open up these 2 files in Notepad++. Let me just switch over. Again, like I said, in the GPIO file, we're going to implement the functions here. We're going to label them, set GPIO function. We put the .global command in front of it. That just makes it accessible to the other files and for the assembler to use. And here, we got 2 functions. We got the set GPIO function as well. And here's the code that I use to implement it. And now that we have these functions implemented in this file, we thus have to change our main file, since we're going to need to call these functions in order to use them. As you can see here, here's a branch to calling the function. Here's another branch. And here's the code. And again, we're just going to loop this code because we just want it to be stuck, loop, and blinking the LED. Now, to test it, go back to our source. This is the 3, so now we got to build this. Now my command popped up. I'm under the Yogurto file. I want to scroll down. I want to change our directory to user 3. Alright, now that we're here, we're going to do our make file. Alright, hold up 1 second. Let me just change this. I have to delete this. I'm still using the old make file where I create the directory. Let's go back here. Alright, let's try doing this again. Alright, there we go. So that built. And as you can see now, we have our disk image. So we're going to want to put that on our SD card. Just open that up. Here's our SD card. We have all the files that we need in order to boot the Pi. So let me copy that. Let me open this. And just paste the image. Alright, now that we have the kernel on there, let me just eject the SD card. Alright, let's safe to remove. Alright, let me just put this in the Pi. A little hard to do with one hand. Alright. Like I said, it's still going to perform the same function. We're not changing anything. We just change the way that it does it. Alright. Here's turning on. And as you can see, it's just blinking. That's exactly what we want it to do. like I said, the code, the structure of the code is different, not the function of the code.